Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, and welcome back to Farmers Dynasty. Today we are testing on the greenhouses, and I thought since we have so many more greenhouses now, it's time to maybe do a little test on them. In other words, coming here, as you can see, I emptied out my greenhouse completely. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab all of these. I'm going to plant 2 of each in this greenhouse here, and we're going to see how long each one takes to grow. And then when we harvest, see how much we get from each one to harvest and how much it sells for. And basically what I want to do is I want to break down how much of a profit you would make on average per day per product. It'll come more clear if you don't quite understand what I'm saying there near the end of the video, hopefully. So what else I'm going to do is every day I'm going to come in here and make sure the humidity is at least in the green. A lot of this you won't see, but you'll see me plant it, and probably when you come back, yeah, it'll be when the first one grows. And we'll see how many days it takes for each one to grow, and then divide the profit of what we could get for each product by how many days it took to grow, so we can see how much you make on average per day per product, to see what actual greenhouse seedling maybe you should be planting. So let's pick up some zucchini. And we're just going to plant 2 of those. Now the reason why I'm only doing it in one greenhouse, because I want someone to say, well, this greenhouse had better moisture than the other one, so you could have gotten... No, it's all going to be in the same greenhouse. And we'll put two tomatoes there. And then we'll come over here and we'll place 2 pumpkins. The reason why I'm putting down 2 of each is just because... there's no... I mean, I don't want to grab one. We should get the same from each one, I would assume. But then again, this is Farmers Dynasty. What did I just plant? Melons. Okay. After melons, we go paprika. Paprika. And that leaves us with cucumber, and then chili. We'll just put these down here because... Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 choices, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is all the seeds that you can put into a greenhouse as of right now. So we are going to moisturize. Also, today is the 24th of April, so I need to write that down because I probably should have started with that first. 24th of April. So like I said, I want to make sure that the greenhouse water level is decent, but it's going to be the same condition for all of the crops. But if one crop takes longer than another, I got to make sure it at least stays in, because I mean, if I harvest, say, like the cucumber in 3 weeks, and then I just let it go dry, and it takes chili 4 weeks, that could affect it. So, I just may water them every day. But like I said, right now it's April 24th. It's time for me to probably sleep. I'm not going to sleep a week at a time. I'm going to sleep 1 day at a time, come down here, water it, and keep the process over again. And I'll bring you back. Probably for you, it's just going to be like a quick screen flicker. For me, I don't know how long it's going to take. But we'll see how long it does take for our first crop to be ready for harvest. So, yeah, I will see you in a couple weeks. Haha. Hey, Ronnie, what's going on? I think you just said hello to me. Or he's trying to flip me off, one or the other. It is day 20. This is a side note. My flowers have grown, and every day that I wake up, I'm getting 5 social points. Yeah, 5 social points from my neighbors because they love my garden. So that's a thing. They're very wet too. So it's been raining. It's been raining quite a bit actually. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't know why it's been raining. I'm getting rain, quite a bit of rain in the forecast. But like I said, day 20, we have progress finally in the greenhouse. We have some things ready, and you probably already saw a couple. Melons are ready. The one thing I need to do, make sure. All right, 30 tomatoes. Okay, before I do anything, I need to go down to the pantry and just put some of this stuff away because I don't want it to show up in my inventory. Because I'd be like, wow, look at the amount of tomatoes we got, and I already have 30 in there. So I'm going to head on down to the pantry and get rid of everything that has to do with food. So tomatoes, that can go in there. Amount 3. Okay. Those in there. The beer I'll keep. Non-alcoholic beer. At least that's what I think it still says on there. Alright, so this is, like I said, day 20. So just shy of 3 weeks. So if you were to plant melons in 3 weeks, so let's just pick up one. So I got 5 melons. Let me write this down. Melons, wait, day 20, okay. Days 20 melons. I got 5 off the first one. And do I get another 5? I only got 4 off the second one. So, interesting. Alright. The other thing that is ready is zucchini. So I picked up 1 zucchini, 2 zucchini, 10 zucchini. That is a pretty good haul, it seems like. And only 8 in the second one. Rather interesting for a total of 18. Very interesting. So what I'm going to do now, at first I thought I'll just keep it in my pocket or in my inventory, but actually they will slowly rot in my pocket. So what I need to do is, the moisture is fine. Why am I bouncing up and down for right there a little bit? So what I am going to do is we're going to go into the kitchen. Oh wait, my wife's going to be in there. You got to be kidding me. Yeah, because it's raining today. Of course it is. So I'm going to sleep a day. I'm going to make sure I still have both of these in my inventory. And then get down to the kitchen before my wife gets out of bed. We also got to mark off that we're sleeping another day. So let me mark that off. Now I know that just because the forecast is going to say sunny, it's going to take until half hour passes. 9 and 18. Alright, so that's the same total I had before. Alright, so we're going to come in here, and the reason why we're doing this is because you're going to get more money for... I want to do more than one. Alright. Yeah, see, my neighbors seem like my garden very much. Social points awarded 5. So I got to show you that. So we're going to cook the rest of our melons. And then what we'll do later on is we'll go over to see John and see how much money we get per can. Cook the zucchini. There we go. So those are cooked. I do have to go check on the greenhouse though. Now the canned food is not going to spoil in my inventory. It shouldn't anyways. And actually it looks like the pumpkins are ready on day 21. Chili, not so much. Those, nope. The cucumbers are ready. Okay, so anything in my inventory? No. So the first cucumber... Well, I got to write this down though. 21 days. So not that much difference in days in most of these. No, wrong button. Tab, 8 cucumbers. Am I going to get less than the second one? If I do, something's weird going on here. And 10 in the second one. Alright. For 18 cucumbers. I'm glad I planted 2 because now we're seeing that even though they're in the same greenhouse. Everything's the same. They're right next to one another. It's just weird that why are we getting different numbers? I mean, in real life you would. I understand that. But you'd think there would be a theory or some kind of, I don't know, RNG at its best. So pumpkins. We got 5 pumpkins. And we already know I'm not going to get the same in the second one, right? But now that I'm saying that, we probably will. No, we only got 4 in that one. All right. That's a total of 9. I mean, I'm actually adding on the paper and stuff. Look at the screen when it shows me right there in the screen. How convenient. So our tomatoes, our chili, and paprika are not ready yet. Moisture is pretty good. I'll tap it anyways. The moisture control, even though it's not always full, if you just tap it, it'll just go right to that mark there. So it's not always going to charge you the same amount. So it's no big deal. So that's what I've been kind of trying to remember to do. Every day I get up. Good, you're not in the kitchen. I don't want you in the kitchen yet. So I'm going to go into the kitchen. Use my kitchen. Spicy pumpkin soup. And cook. Now I guess probably the next thing someone's probably going to say is you should plant the whole greenhouse and see what... Yeah. No thanks. It's just a small test. I'm not planting one crop or in the entire greenhouse and having to wait days on end. So we got our canned food here. None of it should spoil. So 9/18, 9/18. What a coinky dink that is. Alright, so I'm going to go sleep some more and we'll see on day 22 if anything's ready. And the cat is not doing his job, but whatever. See, every day I'm getting social points because of the flowers. It looks like our paprika's ready. Our tomatoes are ready. Chilies are not. So it looks like the growth time on most of these crops is right in the same area here. So this is paprika that we're picking up. Alright, so we got 9 paprika. And that time, wow, we got 12 paprika. For a total of 21. I mean, now you say, now I might say, well, that seems like a good harvest, but we don't know how much this stuff sells for. And we'll get to that in just a little while. So, tomatoes. 12 taters, tomatoes. And that one. And 12 on that one. Finally, something seems to be equalizing there. Alright, so that just leaves the chili. Yeah, just ran for a half a second there. Let's hopefully my wife is not in the kitchen. Alright, she is, but as we found out, if I sleep at night, I'm not going to really lose that much. If anything, hopefully none at all. Make sure I mark down, every time I sleep, I got to make sure I mark down the paper for day 23. Alright, let's head on down to the kitchen. 21 and 24, so that's the same. So let's go ahead and boost up the paprika. Yep, every day I'm getting bonus points for having flowers in there. The neighbors just love me. Well, if you plant flowers from day 1, it shouldn't take that long to get to that 1 million social points and get that achievement. Just saying. Alright, so is the chili ready on day 23? Yes, it is. Oh, man, that's great. Alright, so day 23 is chili. Write that down. Alright, so we got 8 in the first one. And 8 in the second one. All right. Starting to get some equalized numbers there. If she's in the kitchen, is she still sleeping? No, she's in the kitchen. Of course she is. It's almost like she knows I'm cooking. All right, so I'll go up and sleep just to get rid of her. And then the fun begins. We'll have to go over and see John in just a moment. Now the market does fluctuate, but I don't know how much it does fluctuate. I should have 16. We still do, so I didn't lose nothing. We cooked those all up. Alright, so now what I need to do is go over and see John. Hey, Ronnie. Now we're going to see what we get.
Good to see you. Can I help you?
Yes, a little bit.
Care to trade?
Sure. What do you need?
Alright, so we want to sell. Make sure I do the first one. So melons. I'll sell these. Now I realize someone's going to say, well, your wife could have made pie, you could have got more money, but I can't wait for her to make me pie because the way my wife cooks, yeah, we'll be here forever. So $108 for 9 of them. I don't really need to sell them. Cucumbers. Wait, is that where we're at? No, that's zucchini. Yeah, I can read. It says zucchini for $207.36. Now the problem with this is, yes, the market does fluctuate, so I can't test it for every day. I'm only going to do it for today. At least it'll give us a baseline. So pumpkins, I have none of those for $90.72. Pickles, which is quote-unquote cucumbers, $221.18. Okay, so paprika is next. I should have 21 paprika, which we do. $292.32. How about them tomatoes? Oh wow, did not expect that. Okay, so tomatoes, that's a pretty darn good price right there, it looks like. Tomatoes, all right, but we do have plenty of them. And the chili is 222.72. So now I know what I would have got for them. So now what I got to do is basically take the total, divide it by how many cans we had, by how many days, and then divide it by 2 because we had 2 planters of each. So yeah, there's going to be some math there. I'm going to double check it just to make sure, and make sure it sounds and looks right. I think I got the math equation all in my head. And I'll bring it back and we'll see what each crop type inside the greenhouse makes per day per planter, and we'll see maybe which one is probably the most profitable. So give me just a moment to smoke up my calculator here, and I'll bring it back with some totals and see what we actually come up with. Okay, so after crunching some numbers with the calculator, what we were trying to figure out is how much money do you make per planter per day by each individual seed. So the first things that were ready were the melons, and that came out to be $2.70 per planter per day profit. Well, I shouldn't say profit. That's what you make per day because you got to pay for the seed. I don't know how much the seeds are, but basically what you're doing is you're making $2.70 per day on the melons for the price I just sold the can of food to at John's. Now take consideration that is for the canned food. Yes, if your wife makes melon pie, you're probably going to get more money for the melon pie, so that price could be better. Someone's going to say, well, you can make more on melons if your wife makes melon pie. We're just basing it off the canned food. because it's easier to make. I can't wait for my wife. Anyways, zucchini comes to $5.18 per planter per day. Not bad. Cucumber / pickles comes out to be $5.27 per day per planter. Pumpkins come out to be $2.16. Now there's another one. Someone can say, well, if you save your pumpkin spice pumpkin soup, yeah, you got social jobs that pay you money, so you can get more money that way. Like again, this is just for the canned food. So again, pumpkins $2.16 per planter. Paprika comes out to be $6.64 per planter per day. Not bad. The one that kind of surprised me a little bit was the tomatoes. Comes out to be $7.96 per day. And the chili rounds out the equation here at $4.84 per planter per day. And there you have it. So that is for if you just want to, put stuff in the greenhouse and then cook it in a can and then sell it at John's. That's what we got. Now you got to also remember, prices do fluctuate in the map. I know they fluctuate for the grain silos. I'm not quite sure I know if they change for John. But what we could do for funsies, and I got up here, by the way, on scaffolding. I'm wondering, how did you get in the roof? Well, Rex found out you get up here by using the scaffolding. Take that down here. Let's go ahead, if I can hit the right buttons here. No, I don't want that either. Get rid of that. Let's go to bed. You know what? And we're gonna sleep a week. We got the canned food still in our inventory. Taking a long rest. We're gonna head right over to John's and see if we get the same pricing that we did before. I'll just try a couple cans. If the cans start coming out to be the same total, then we'll know that pricing at John's doesn't change. But as we know, the prices at the grain silos do change. I don't know about John and
Good
food.
to see you. Can I help you?
Yeah, you're gonna offer me the same price as
Care
last
to
week,
trade?
or do your prices
Sure.
change as well?
What do you need?
All right, so the melons we sold for 108. So if I click on those, yeah, so see, the prices fluctuate pretty big here. So today, for 9 cans of melon, he's only offering me $79.42. Last week it was 108. So the zucchini, we had 18 cans, which we still do. It was 207.36. Prices are down. Pumpkins, where's the pumpkins? $90.72. Hazel and everything. Pickles, which is cucumbers, $221.18. Still low. Paprika was $292.32. Yeah, all of his prices are low. Tomatoes were $350.21. And paprika, no wait, where are we at? No wait, chili, $222.72. So the prices seem to drop on everything and rise on everything. So I guess it's a percentage. I would still assume that if we were to sell the cans and do the pricing over, we would still get the same kind of idea of what crop should be better in the greenhouses. So yeah, the numbers should have been on the screen for you when I was on top of the roof going over them. Those were the numbers for the pricing that we got. So you can pretty much see what crop, which turned out to be tomatoes, seemed to be the most profitable per day. Like I said, even if the prices change, I would assume the tomatoes are still the more profitable one. But I thought I would just do that test. And how perfect is that? The game just crashed and froze right there. I think what the game's trying to tell me is that's the end of the video. And that's where we're going to leave it. So leave some comments below if you think I did something wrong in that test, or was the test helpful, or you're just more confused. Or you're more confused why the game crashed. I don't know. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Look at that. My mouse is staying perfectly steady. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time in Farmer's Dynasty. But until then, have a good one.